defense tonight?
Nothing surprising. You know, this group has shown a lot of resilience, obviously, to do what they've done the last few years. And anytime we've had a bad loss, we generally bounce back pretty quickly. So I was impressed with the effort defensively, with the energy. A lot of guys came off the bench, did a really nice job, and it's good win, good solid win.
Steve, with the game that Steph had, much did you see him better from the rest?
He looked fresh, you know, right from the outset, and you know, it's obviously the rest is not just for one night; it's for the long haul. And I think it was the right thing to do, and he looked great out there tonight.
Steve, Kevin had 6 shot attempts and 11 assists. How much of that is reacting to the way the Pistons are playing, or how much is it reacting to Steph and Clay obviously were shooting well early, and he sort of shifts into facilitator mode?
Well, Kevin is such a great, talented player that he can just do whatever he wants on the floor. So he you know, decided to be a distributor tonight. Obviously, 11 assists. I thought his defense was great. So it's he's just one of those guys who's so talented. It's kind of whatever he chooses to do that night, that's what he does.
Coach, what did you think of Draymond's defense, particularly on Blake? It seemed like in the first quarter, he was in the post, he was playing really well against him.
I thought Draymond's energy and defensive effort sparked us all night. He takes the challenge when he faces Blake. Obviously, they've been going head-to-head for many years, and it's a hell of a challenge. Blake's as tough as anybody to guard, and Draymond was fantastic.
Steve, I don't know how to do these record and ask questions, so bear with me on record.
You should get Anthony to show you.
I'm Slater tonight. I'm trying to. Okay. Number one, are you sure Steph rested? According to social media, he didn't get much rest. And secondarily, when you analyze how they play, I guess after the last game, there was a lot of talk about how the Warriors aren't caring very much. What's the difference between what we saw tonight, or Warriors team caring, and the previous game where I guess you could surmise that they didn't care very much?
I believe you're using those words, right?
Yeah. I mean, just because that's what I do all my reporting on social media. So that's what I
so I did not check social media in the last couple of days. So as far as I know, Steph got plenty of rest. Are you referring to, I don't know, something that I don't know about? The party? I don't know. The second question was so long-winded, I can't remember.
You should put that video thing away.
There's too much going on. Here's what I think. You know, I drove home last night, and as disappointed as I was, and as surprised as I was, I realized, you know, over 5 years, you know, what's more surprising than that game last night is not having any of those games for 3 years. Like the first 3 years of this run, I don't think we had a single game like that. And you think about what these guys are doing night after night after night, taking everybody's best shot, playing deep into June. It's actually surprising that there haven't been more of those nights over the years. And what you've seen the last couple of years, last 2 seasons, is we've had some letdowns. We've had nights like that. It's hard for anybody to understand what these guys go through physically, emotionally, spiritually, trying to defend the crown, trying to win the title, trying to stay on top of the mountain. It's hard. And last night they had nothing. They had nothing in the tank. And the great thing about this team, as I mentioned, is they always bounce back because they have so much pride. But what they've accomplished, this team has the best record over the last 4 seasons of any 4-year period in the history of the NBA. So what they've done is just remarkable. So last night was tough, but it's really tough to do what they've done too. So we're gonna give them a pass, and we're gonna move on. And we played a good game tonight, and we roll on. So I prefer to look back at how few games there have been like last night's over the last 5 years, rather than the opposite. All right, thanks everybody.
Can you review the whole season? Just in terms of rest,
down the stretch, do you anticipate, for instance, Steph having more nights off? Will it depend on where you guys are in terms of hockey?
I think we have 2 more sets of back-to-backs, and on those nights we'll figure things out. So, chances are highly likely that DeMarcus will not play on the back-to-backs. We've sort of made that decision. Everybody else, it's really up in the air, but we would consider it for sure. That wasn't nearly as dramatic an ending. But take care. Have a good day.
Hey, Steve.